Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Kevy's One Stop Repairs and Airgun Mods by KNS. I'm going to talk to you today about the Crosman 2240 pistol, give you a little bit of review, some information on it, and then we'll get into another video on boat modding. Now, right out of the box, factory 2240. Okay, this is the newest one they have out that they've now gotten rid of the brass trigger and put this other one in here, which is also wider, more comfy. They've lightened up the trigger pull a little bit too. Not much, but just a little bit. 22 caliber, single action, bolt design. Little O-ring here you need to lube it once in a while with some pellet gun oil. Safety decock it, pull it back, pull the trigger, gently let it up, and she won't fire. Safe. Plastic breech, plastic rear sight. Windage is controlled from this big screw here, which also holds your breech in place. So you just loosen it off about half a turn or a turn, and then shift it to where you need it. Lock it back down by just tightening the screw back up, but don't tighten it too tight. You don't need to. It'll stay. Okay. Now your elevation is controlled by a Phillips head screw. Okay, and you would loosen that off a little bit, push it up or down, whichever way you need to go, and just tighten it till it stops on its own. Just a little bit of a snug. That's all you need. You can also take this sight blade right off, flip it around, and it gives you a peep sight. So as you can see, they got a hole drilled through there. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. There's the right angle for that. And that's a peep sight. So you can hold the gun like this and use it for peep sight shooting, or hold the gun like this, however you want to. 7-inch barrel on it, works great. Okay, and it's blued steel. The tube is blued. The barrel band is made out of pot metal and it's painted. The grip frame itself is metal, and it's painted too. Now, the one section of the frame that used to be metal is this side cover that keeps your safety in and your trigger guts. Okay, that's now plastic. Okay, your grips, of course, are plastic and they're ambidextrous. A left-hand shooter or a right-hand shooter, doesn't matter. They work both ways. Now, loading a CO2 bottle into this gun, goes take off the cap. This has got a live one in it right now, so I'm going to give you a little example. But put a couple drops of pellet gun oil on the top of every second or third CO2 bottle. Holding the gun like this with the cap off, push the bottle up inside, hold the bottom of the bottle with your finger, flip it down like this. That will allow the oil to now drip off of the CO2 bottle into the valve stem hole. It will lubricate the valve stem seal, and there's a black O-ring inside the valve as well that will get lubricated. But it also lubricates the end seal here to create a better airtight seal here, and keeps your seals pliable. You don't want them to dry out and crack, or they're going to be useless, right? It'll take years before this gun usually will break down, so you don't have to worry about it. As long as you keep oiling, as you need to, as directed in the instructions, blah, 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 the gun's going to last you for years before it'll even think about failing. And it is a very well-built gun, very accurate gun. It's very powerful. It's got 6.8 foot-pounds of energy at 460 feet per second with a 14.3 grain pellet. Now, I've cronied a lot of these guns over the years, all stock, of course, first, and most of them would run 440s, 450s, a few at 460, and a rare bird or two that ran 467, which was quite surprising, because that's actually over the performance rating. So that was actually really cool. But right out of the box, before any modifications that you do, this thing is a great gun for, partridge, rabbit, squirrels, chipmunks, small game stuff, target shooting, whether you're paper punching, Pepsi bottles, tin cans, whatever. Very good gun, a lot of fun, especially the knockdown power of a 22 caliber pellet. That's just amazing to, just watch a bottle dance, or a tin can just fly into the air, type of thing. It's really, really cool. So like I said, just like it is, it's a very, very accurate gun, very good quality gun. You don't get too many good quality guns nowadays. A lot of stuff's going to a lot of plastic and stuff. This is still made out of a lot of metal, and but it's also the world's most moddable pellet gun. And there are thousands and hundreds of thousands, millions in fact, combinations of different ways to modify these guns and just make them so cool, make them personal, make it into the gun of your dreams for a CO2 pistol. You know what I mean? So great guns. I'd never give anything a 5 out of 5 rating or a 10 out of 10. So I usually mark these about the 7 out of 10, just because they're such a great gun and they can be improved on so much. You know, as a stock pistol, that's the rating I would give this. I mean, the character flaws, obviously, that are in that rating that I hand out is plastic grips, plastic breech, plastic rear sight, plastic front sight, and now they've changed this side cover from metal over to plastic. Okay, so still a 7 out of 10 even with this plastic side cover. You know, and I really like the new trigger too. It's really great. I love it. It's awesome. They're still using brass valves in this, which is great. And of course your brass bolt and probe. It's great. Lubrication of that O-ring about every 200 shots, like I said. Every second or third bottle for the CO2. That's about all you're really going to do to this gun in the stock form if you're leaving it stock. You know, you might have to tighten up a screw maybe once every few years. You know what I mean? I mean, the gun is just so well built, so nice, and durable. Nice balance in the hand. It's not very heavy. You know, it's like you can almost spin this thing like a Western pistol in a way. It's just that nice. There are holster cases that you can get that'll fit it. That this gun will fit. So you know, no big deal there. You can get a holster for it and carry it with you out to the bush, whatever. Now shot count. 40 shots is what they call 4 per bottle. That's about right. You might be able to squeeze a few extras. Kill shots for hunting, though, you're looking probably, I'd say about maybe your first 15 shots are going to be your ultimate, and maybe a couple of shots not so ultimate, and then it's going to rapidly drop off from there for your last 15-20 shots or so. So still a great gun no matter which way you look at it. I mean, it does take a lot of power to punch a 22 caliber pellet out, so you know, it only makes sense that 40 shots average is good. You know, and if you're hunting with it, you know, your first 15 shots, that's more than acceptable. You know, especially if it's one shot, one kill. You know, that could be a lot of partridge or duck or whatever on your table. You know what I mean? So, great little gun. Great for hunting, pest control, great for target shooting, long-lasting, durable gun. What more can I tell you? Whatever you need to know, let me know, and I'll do the best I can to answer your questions and comments. And hey, we'll see you on the next video. We're going to show you some mods that can be done to this thing.